The city of Austin banks with a company that discriminates against the firearms industry, which is a violation of state law. This is Thursday, June 19th, 2025.
Texas Scorecard presents the day's first news for the Lone Star State. The Texas Minute, with your host, Michael Quinn Sullivan.
Welcome into Thursday. Thanks for spending part of it with the Texas Minute. It looks like artificial dyes will be coming out of our food, but nuclear waste will be coming into the state. Let's jump into today's news. An East Texas school board president named Jerry James Savtek was arrested this week for possessing child sexual abuse material following a joint investigation by federal, state, and local authorities. Savtek is the president of the Board of Trustees of the Bowling Independent School District, which is located in Wharton County, southwest of Houston. He's being held on a $200,000 bond. Attorney General Ken Paxton's office has secured an agreement with the food manufacturer General Mills to remove petroleum-based artificial colors from its products. On Wednesday, General Mills announced its plans to remove the artificial dyes from its U.S. cereals and foods that are served in public schools by the summer of 2026. It also plans to eliminate the dyes from all U.S. retail products by the end of 2027. This all comes 1 month after Attorney General Paxton sent General Mills a civil investigative demand that's a legal tool similar to a subpoena used to gather information as part of his office's investigation into the company. In addition to General Mills, Kraft Heinz announced on Tuesday that it will remove color additives from its remaining products by the end of 2027. So speaking of Attorney General Ken Paxton, his office has sent a stern warning to the city of Austin, demanding that it immediately cease contracting with companies that discriminate against the firearms industry. Back in 2021, Texas enacted legislation that forbids governmental entities from entering into contracts with companies that discriminate against the firearm or ammunition industries. Companies must certify in writing that they don't engage in such discrimination as a condition of doing business with Texas's governmental bodies. Despite this law, the city of Austin has continued to use WEX Bank for its fleet card management services. WEX Bank, according to the Attorney General's office, has a history of debanking or refusing services to firearms-related businesses. The AG's office argues that Austin's ongoing multi-million-dollar contracts with WEX Bank are in direct violation of state law and must be terminated or brought into compliance immediately. The Texas Minute will be right back.
Hey there, it's Chris Salcedo. Join me weekdays at 9 o'clock in the morning on the Salcedo Storm podcast. The Salcedo Storm is your go-to source for all things national, state, and cultural news, plus some insightful interviews to keep you in the know.
In a 6-3 ruling, the U.S. Supreme Court has tossed out Texas's legal fight to stop the federal government from storing nuclear waste in West Texas. State leaders have described that plan as dangerous and illegal. The case centered on a license that the Nuclear Regulatory Commission gave to a private company to store spent radioactive nuclear waste in Andrews County, which is in the heart of the Permian Basin. In their ruling, the court declined to weigh in on whether the federal government has the authority to authorize such projects. Instead, the justices found that Texas and nearby landowner Fasken Land and Minerals lack standing to challenge the license because they weren't official parties to the Nuclear Regulatory Commission's internal proceedings. The Texas Commission on Environmental Quality had submitted comments, and Fasken unsuccessfully sought to intervene in the process. Since then, Attorney General Ken Paxton and Governor Greg Abbott both fought the plan, saying it puts the state's environment, economy, and national security at risk. While this ruling is a setback for the state, it doesn't necessarily end the debate. A future challenge could still happen if it comes from someone the court says has proper standing. You can find details on all the stories mentioned today and keep up with the latest news by visiting TexasScorecard.com. This edition of the Texas Minute was produced by Nick Shepard and based on the original reporting of Aaron Anderson, Luca Cacciatore, and Brandon Waltons. I look forward to seeing you out around the Lone Star State. Have a great day.